Yes, welcome to the Jamaica Young Police channel. You know, at this channel, we're a group of law abiding citizens, and as usual, we are here to help, to educate and edify, and inform the audience, about corruption, policing, and the likes that has to do with people's lives. If you do not, criminals cannot survive without the help of the police. And when I say without the help of the police play a major role in crimes, in criminality. Because if the police is protecting the people who are committing crimes, then the criminals will be very successful in whatever they are doing. And that's how we have the Klansman, that rise to prominence in the 1990s and become a force to be reckoned with. That they even went as far as to even kill investigating officer father, which never happened in the history of Jamaica. So that just goes to show your, criminals operate. One thing with criminals, they have no loyalty to no one. And when it comes down to politics and political party and ideology and loyalty, it's rampant in Jamaican police force. So I want you to listen to this astute, meticulous, honest, decent, truthful detective who's about to educate you guys with facts about former Commissioner of Police Owen Ellington and some of his corruptions and his corrupt practices when he was a police commissioner. As I've said and I'll say it again, I am not going to say that he's the most corrupt commissioner of police ever. But I want you to listen to what this learned detective is saying. You listen and you decide. Because if you think that what is happening in Jamaica is just happening in a nutshell, you better think again. Because this corruption goes all the way up to God knows. This is not your mom and papa days in Jamaica. The corruption in Jamaica is real. And people who have power, they're not going to put you in charge of any organization if they know that you are not compromised. And that is what they did with Mr. Ellington. Because they know his secret and they know his faults and they know that he's corrupt to the core. So I want you to listen to this, detective. I don't know the man, never met the man, I have nothing against the man. As it comes, I am not going to put anything in a safe. I am not going to protect anyone. You understand? I am not here. I am not fighting any battle for anyone. I am just trying to change the mindset and the trajectory of the Jamaican people. Because we want a better Jamaican. Because corruption go all the way up, So you watch, you listen, you decide.
Good morning. Don't miss out the very important part, We tend not to remember the details of these things. The same letter scamming police had made damning statement implicating Troop and the deputy mayor, who was also arrested, that they were major players in the lottery scamming. They said they had found computers that they tried to damage, but they are going to put them back together and build a case. That position was also adopted by the incumbent police commissioner at the time, Mr. Owen Ellington. He also said that they had made a significant dent in the lottery scamming activities in St. James, and that the two councillors were major players. I don't know if you remember the outcome of the case. They were never charged. You're gunfire that afterwards. And they took out they sued the government and the police force for libel. I think they had an out of court settlement. I think Troop was charged for unlawful possession of property. You see corruption working in this thing, man. He was charged for unlawful. Don't tell me the only evidence and find for charge him is for unlawful possession of property. I want the television set, and I think he got away in court. His son pleaded guilty for illegal possession of firearm, and got a slap on the wrist. You think a long time thief in judge about the place that do I can thing, man. I'm telling you, the place because the PNP was in power. So don't forget that part, brother. That is the most important part, They were never charged under the identity theft, whatever is it named, the law, that lottery scam law. And you're gunfire that case. Not after that. When something happened, the lottery scam police get transferred and get them mash up the lottery scam task force after that. A corruption and mash up Jamaica and nothing else. And more PNP corruption than anything else too. Although corruption on the next side as well. But the PNP has demonstrated that it is a dangerous, corrupt, criminal organization. They're only saying that they are a political party, but they are a criminal organization. The other one has corruption issues that they're dealing with, based upon the evidence, and nobody can challenge that. Nobody can take me on that. Because the evidence is manifestly clear. No. Not only no, but coming back from 1976, but right up until now, that the People's National Party is a corrupt criminal, a very dangerous corrupt criminal organization that will murder to gain political power. They have shown that. The Labour Party has some little hustlers in there that they need to get rid of. That is corrupting the Labour Party. But I think the leader has his fingertips. Has his fingers and the lid. Yeah, he has the lid. He has it covered. Because every one of them follow the line. Clark sketch him, and teeth gone, teeth fly. And that's so you have to do them from both sides. If you want to deal with corruption, you can't have two former ministers of national security who were accused of corruption and gun issuing. And the Labour Party deal with them one, and the PNP say, come and hug up for them one. And have him there wait for the Minister of National Security. Corruption that. And that's a party that is inherent to corrupt. You can't have that and people accept that. You mad? I could never accept that with none of them. I would not accept that with any of them. Because I am for Jamaica, I'm not for a political party.
Yes, my loyal viewers and subscribers. So you have listened to the Learning Detective, educating and informing you guys about police corruption coming from the top, from the Commissioner of Police, from a Commissioner of Police in Ellington, doing the necessary to stop an investigation, shut down investigative agency, transfer the police them and dismantle it to protect two politicians in Jamaica who were involved in lottery scamming. And lottery scamming is a big crime in Jamaica. You understand? It affects Americans, Canadians, and English people. Some of these people are saying it's reparation. I disagree with them because these people that they are taking money from, not because they might be benefit from what happened during slavery, but these are people who work hard for their money. And reparation should be coming from governments, not the citizens. Although the citizens are the government, but not in that way, where you have legislation and the government will make payments to survivors of slavery. So this is what the article, one of the articles back in July 2012, it says Montego Bay Deputy Mayor Michael Troop is one of two PNP, People's National Party councillors from St. James, that's a PMP LGBTQ plus party, who were taken into police custody during simultaneous raids led by the Lotto Scam Task Force. Yesterday, the other councillor is Sylvan Reid, who represents the South Spring Division. So, these are people who are elected to office. These are supposed to be people with impeccable character, but they are criminals, based on what the report is saying. Not because somebody is not committed a crime, but they are alleged to have involved in criminality. These are public officials who should be setting an example. Two of Troop's sons, who were also among the 5 people altogether taken in by the police during the operation, which were supported by members of the major organized crime and anti-corruption task force, the Jamaica Defence Force, the Custom Enforcement Team, and the Anti-Corruption Branch, and the Mobile Reserve. So there's a lot of law enforcement agency. The raid carried out in Granville, Cornwall Courts, and Rosedale Estate in the parish of St. James. Also yielded an illegal 9mm pistol with a magazine loaded with 5 rounds. In addition, more than 10,000 US, $380,000 Jamaican were reported found at the 56-year-old deputy mayor's Granville home in a room occupied by one of his sons, who has since claimed responsibility for the firearm. That son is expected to be charged with illegal possession of firearm, in which the police arrested and charged him for the same. According to the police, 2 high-end motor vehicles, including a 2008 Toyota Crown, were also seized from troops' home. During the raid at Rosedale Estate in Montego Bay, the deputy mayor's other son, suspected of being involved in lottery scam, was also taken into custody. The raid at Reed's Cornwall Court's home turned up on custom items, including large plasma televisions, which were also seized. He was taken into custody after reportedly refusing to speak to the police without his attorney. A Honda Civic motorcar was also seized from the first-time councillor's premises. It needs to be clarified at what point the 5th person was taken in. However, up to late yesterday evening, all 5 were held for questioning by the police. Meanwhile, there was an intense outpouring of support for Troop, who has been counsel for Granville Division inside West Central St. James since 1997. Steel-faced JDF members stood outside beside the heavily guarded open back truck where the deputy mayor and one of his sons were placed to keep the councillor's supporters at bay. The turn of events saddens us. That's what a well-known PNP supporter told the Observer West. One woman who cried openly when she saw our councillor being escorted by a security force member into the waiting shop was among those who lauded Troop. Mr. Troop is a good representative of the people in and around the community. He has represented us well, and that is why we are out here this morning in support to let him know that he is not alone. We are here with him. She said, whatever happened, we want him to know that we are faithful to him because he has always been faithful to us. We will stay by his side because this is the first time this has ever happened. He has never let us down, the woman added. Troop, who put on a brave face, tried to assure his supporters that he would be fine. Me good, he shouted to them. But despite his expression of confidence, Troop was overheard reprimanding his son, who sat behind him in handcuffs. This is what you bring down on me. This is what you bring me down to. You realize this is what you bring me down to, he said. I did not know that the police have powers to dispose of court cases without the case being disposed of by the court. What happened to this case involving these men? Why are there no more questions about its investigations? I hope young police officers know the system doesn't cater for law-abiding citizens and its affinity for the people compromised to put in charge of sensitive areas in the police force and government. Sadly, these cases disappear like magic from the public without any follow-up information about the outcome. But to think of it, this is Jamaica, the criminal's paradise, where criminals are elected by criminal-minded people. At no time, the Commissioner of Police has no powers to stop an investigation. And that's a form of obstruction and perverting the course of justice. And why there was no justice in this matter, and why did the government settle with the troops after it was evident that they were involved in crime. Remember, this United States department had, made a statement, vaguely didn't mention names, that certain politicians in Jamaica were involved in criminal activities and lots of scamming. So here we go. This is a case of another corruption by the political party that was in government, the PNP LGBTQ plus party, aided by the Commissioner of Police, Mr. Owen Ellington. And that's how we get it. That's how we're gonna let you know. Because we're not here. We're just here to expose all the corruptions, whether it past, present, and to prevent people in the future from doing the same. Have yourself a beautiful day. Jamaica Young Police Channel out.